Good afternoon, everybody. Today is Tuesday, June 3rd, 2025. We're here for a town board meeting. Could we all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Denise.
Thank you.
Councilman Rothwell, do we have somebody in the audience for an invocation?
We do, Supervisor. We are extremely grateful this past Memorial Day at the request of Garfield Langhorne's family. They had asked that his statue be moved over from the old town hall to here in a better view of the public right at the front door of New Town Hall. And looking at this endeavor, this was a very delicate monument that was put in place. It would be extremely costly to move it, and so I had reached out to Peconic Monument Works, and John and Hollis Werner were extremely grateful and said, we'd like to help you out. And so they made arrangements with the help of B&G, who installed a new concrete foundation at the front door, and they very carefully disassembled it at the Old Town Hall site and moving it here to the new site, putting it on so that the public will walk by his statue every day, so that we can be continuously reminded of the incredible sacrifice that Private Garfield Langhorne had done for his country and received a Congressional Medal of Honor. So at the family's request, this monument was moved so that it could be seen by everyone that comes and goes from Town Hall. So I am I'm certainly, as every member of this board and the community as a whole, is eternally grateful for Peconic Monument Works to make arrangements to move that monument. It looks absolutely beautiful here in front, and this past Memorial Day we had a number of people that gathered around it. Some shared prayers, placed wreaths, and it's where it should be, right here, so that every person that comes to Town Hall walks right by it. And so we would like to take some time this afternoon to publicly thank for the great work and the dedication that they do for the community every day. I believe their business is the oldest business in the town of Riverhead, but they are not the two oldest individuals around. Although I've been calling Hollis Warner for probably 35 years now, and no matter what I ask, he's always there to help, a lending hand to everybody within the community, and his son John has been absolutely phenomenal, leading in Dad's footsteps. So today we'd like to take a moment to invite both of them to come forward to publicly thank them for all their work within the community, and especially for certainly moving this monument over to the front of Town Hall, which looks absolutely beautiful. And so thank you very much if you come forward.
You're a little taller, John, than the last time I saw you. How are you? Good. Thank you.
So if you guys want to come forward this way, but you want to read a little bit of it?
Yeah, go ahead.
So the town of Riverhead, certificate of special thanks to Hollis and John Warner, Peconic Monument Works. On behalf of the town of Riverhead and the residents of Riverhead, we present the certificate of special thanks to Hollis and John Warner, Peconic Monument Works, for their most generous donation of time and expertise devoted to the recent relocation of our treasured local monument. On the lawn of Old Town Hall stood a monument of Army Private Garfield M. Langhorne, a Riverhead resident who died during the Vietnam War while saving his fellow soldiers from harm in an act of valor that earned him the Medal of Honor. Monument Works offered their services to carefully relocate and reinstall the monument at the entry of the new Town Hall, where all employees and visitors to Town Hall may be reminded of Private Langhorne's brave sacrifice. I thank you for everything in which you guys have done. So thank you. Thank you. If you want to turn it right around, you want to hold that between you. Thank you both. I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hollis, thank you.
And it was father.
Thank you, sir. Oh, I apologize. I'm sorry
Do we
about
have
that.
somebody?
I don't see anybody, so.
Jim, would you like to?
Sure.
Mr. Eveready?
Sure.
Okay.
I apologize.
All right, go out of turn. We're going to have an invocation, so if we could quiet our minds and silence our cell phones, could you pray with me, please? Dear Lord, we thank you for this gathering and bless all those who care enough to come out on this beautiful June day and invest their time and energy to help shape and mold our community. We ask for your spirit of wisdom to settle in on our town board as they deliberate and listen to concerns and weigh the burdens and responsibilities bestowed on them as elected leaders. We ask that you continue to bless our first responders in our community and across this nation who volunteer their time and talent to serve the greater good. Keep our police officers and emergency personnel safe as they tend to their business of protecting life and property. Lord, we thank you for this community and all those who choose to call it home. And we ask these things through your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
Sorry for stepping out of order there.
I have two quick announcements before we move on to correspondence and reports. First announcement is Friday, June 6th, Riverhead Caps Say No to Drugs March. Starts at Pulaski Street School and comes down Roanoke and around the building here and then back to Pulaski Street School. You know who's leading it, right?
I do. Mr. Palmieri is going to be here.
Kyle Palmieri from the New York Islanders will be, is the host of the parade, and he will be leading same. That starts at 9:30 in the morning, Friday, June 6th. Sunday, June 8th is the historic Duck Pond Day in Wading River, and that goes from 11 in the morning to 5 in the evening. So Duck Pond on Sunday and the Cap Parade on Friday. All right, Clerk Wooten, do we have any correspondence and reports?
We did. We had one letter from the Greater Jamesport Civic Association that was handed up at the last town board meeting in reference to the request for a Hamlet study. We also received a letter from John McAuliff dealing with transparency. That's it for correspondence that received last meeting. They can be seen on the website if you'd like to read them verbatim. Under reports, we have the tax receiver total collections as of May 28th, 2025 at $162,834,356.83. And that concludes our correspondence and reports.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, we have 5 public hearings scheduled for today. The first public hearing is scheduled for 2 o'clock. It is now 2:10, and it's a public hearing regarding 48 Willow Street, and I will turn that over to Councilor Hurley.
Thank you, Supervisor. So this is a public hearing to authorize and designate the preservation of 48 Willow Street in Aquabog as open space and to authorize the expenditure of $75,000 from community preservation funds pursuant to Town Law Section 64-E. Thereafter, the funds in $75,000 will be restored to the trust and agency account earmarked for the reservation and remediation of wetlands and used in furtherance of projects recommended by the Environmental and Climate Smart Committee, consistent with restoration and remediation of wetlands and, of course, as approved by the town board.
Okay, do we have anybody in the audience who would like to comment on this public hearing?
Yes, good afternoon, George Bartnick from the Environmental Advisory Committee. I would also, it's too bad Hollis didn't stay around. I would like to also thank him. He helped with the restoration of some of the monuments at the Wells Cemetery as part of an Eagle Scout project. He volunteered his time to professionally reset some of the stones. This issue is like a gift that just never stops giving. To myself and to probably Barbara. As you might be aware, the $75,000 was an agreement for the development of some property on Route 58. $75,000 was the stipulation that was thought to be the amount of money that it would take to restore a small wetland that had been filled in there by the previous property owner. The $75,000 was specifically put into an account specifically for the remediation or the restoration of a wetland. Subsequently, then in 2021, the $75,000, as you can read in the resolution here, was used to pay for partially for the purchase of a relatively small piece of property in Aquabog. At that time, I was aware of that this $75,000 was going to be used according to that, and I should have come to the town board meeting and made a statement that this is not the correct way, that this $75,000 was intended to be used. So what this is doing is simply restoring the money from the CPF back into a fund specifically for the restoration of a wetland. That's basically what it is. And I support actually doing that. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, George.
you.
Do we have anybody else? Do we have anybody online or on Zoom? No? Okay. All right, we will close the public hearing, but keep it open for written comment until June 13th at 4:30 PM. Next public hearing we have is Chapter 301, article regarding cannabis, and I believe we have Matt.
Already
Oh,
here.
you blended right in. Gotcha.
Okay, so these are for amendments to the cannabis section of the town code, of the zoning code, just so the board and the public's aware. This was first adopted on November 1st, 2022, by local law 23-2022. Yes, that's correct. And then it was amended again on March 5th, 2024 by local law 12 of 2024. So what this amendment proposes is to add a zoning use district where cannabis dispensaries or adult on-site consumption places of business would be allowed. It would add business CR. I believe this was always the intention of the committee that brought this code section forward and the town board. Seems like it was just an error of omission, because this is what is in Corridor 1, which, if the board is familiar, is the Wading River area. So it adds business CR, and then the other thing this amendment does is codifies the state requirements for notification to the municipality, so basically how these things are cited. It's the process we follow now, but it makes it more explicit in our code, so applicants know how it works. So it puts into our code the notice to municipality requirement, which is a state form, gets submitted to Mr. Wooten. It's distributed to town departments. The planning division then responds to how it complies or doesn't comply. What it then will do is the next amendment that's included is it puts a affirmative response, so saying, yes, you can go here, on a 90-day timeline. So an applicant within 90 days will have to apply for any land use application that might be necessary to site one of these locations. And then it also includes the statutory authority, the severability, and when this section is effective. Pretty much it.
Mr. Charters, I just want to point out that
Yes.
this amendment in no way changes the other restrictions
Correct.
with regard to being near any kind of daycare facility, church.
That's an excellent point,
school.
and I should have pointed that out. So in Corridor 1, there can still only be one. It's pretty limited in that area, being that there's a school in Wading River and a number of churches, so maybe it could be on the western end of the corridor or on the far eastern, subject to all the other restrictions. But like I just said, still only one within Corridor 1.
And the daycare facility as well.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. Anybody have any comments on this particular public hearing? Not seeing anybody, nobody online? Okay, we will close this public hearing and keep it open for written review until 4:30 on June 13th, 2025. Next public hearing scheduled for 2 o'clock, it is now 2:17, is on the Calverton Satellite Earth Station, and again, that's with Mr. Charters.
Okay, so I will read the public hearing notice into the record, and then the applicant's attorney's here to field any questions that the board might have. Justin has put the site plan up on the screen for everybody to see. So please take notice that a public hearing will be held before the town board of the town of Riverhead at 4 West 2nd Street, Riverhead, New York, 3rd day of June 2025 at 2 o'clock p.m. to consider the special permit and site plan applications entitled Calverton Satellite Earth Station. which seeks approval to construct 40 satellite earth station antennas within an approximately 193-foot 6-inch by 95-foot 2-inch fence compound in the southwest portion of a 32.44-acre parcel known as Lot 18 of the subdivision map entitled Calverton Camelot 2. This property is currently improved with an existing building containing multiple industrial uses as well as outdoor storage and other related site improvements, and is located within a planned industrial park, PIP, zoning use district situated at 317, 391 Berman Boulevard, more particularly identified as Suffolk County Tax Map Number 600-135.20-1-16. The board recalls we discussed this at the April 17th, 2025 work session. By Resolution 2025-390, this board did adopt a negative declaration pursuant to SECRA. As outlined in the staff report, this does largely conform to the town's supplementary code, which deals with this use, with the exception they're seeking some waivers for the vegetative screening requirement, which is not very objectionable, as this is very far in the southwest corner of the property that you can't see from any public right-of-ways. The applicant's attorney is here if the board has any questions, and I'll turn it over to him.
Okay.
Good afternoon. My name is Jordan Fry. I'm a partner with the law firm of Snyder & Snyder, 94 White Plains Road in Tarrytown, here on behalf of the applicants in Range Solution 2 LLC and Terra Connect LLC. Mr. Charters pretty much summed the application up. The only other comment I would note was that under federal law 47 CFR 24.104, this type of facility is permitted to be installed without local zoning approvals. However, this honorable board did adopt an amendment to your wireless law, which then included satellite earth stations. So in connection therewith, the applicants are here to seek your approval and cooperate with the town.
Okay.
I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. As noted, we did meet on April 17th, and this honorable board adopted the secret neg deck on May 6th.
Board, do you have any questions?
No.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Anybody from the public like to comment on this?
I'd like to point out that they did give me the filing of postings and affidavits.
Okay, very good.
Afternoon, Claudette Bianco, Baiting Hollow. I have a quick question. If they're here asking for a special permit and site plan approval, how is it that 20 of the 40 antennas are already built on the property?
They built them prior to having permission to do so.
Apparently. That's becoming a trend in Riverhead. Is there a consequence for that?
Yes, there is.
What would that be?
I will turn that over to Mr. Charters.
I believe they were issued tickets which directed them to come in and get this approved. I mean, they're subject to double site plan fee. It was just the normal course of business for someone who violates the town
Correct.
code.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Anybody on Zoom? Okay. We will close this public hearing and keep it open for written comment until June 13, 2025 at 4:30 in the afternoon. We are now on a public hearing to amend Chapter 301-3, scheduled for 2:05. It is now 2:21. And Councilor Hurley.
Thank you, Supervisor. So the amendments to this section that we're going over today are definitions, the definition of the word office, and the definition of the word personal services.
Have anybody from the public who would like to comment on this public hearing? Anybody on Zoom? Okay, not seeing anybody. We will close this public hearing and keep it open for written comment also to June 13, 2025 at 4:30 p.m. And our last public hearing on for today is Chapter 251, Article 2, Public Nuisances, and again, Councilor Hurley.
Thank you, Supervisor. So the purpose and intent of this proposed legislation is to repeal the existing article and to replace it with enhanced definitions and expanded scope of enforcement with specific processes and procedures relating to identifying and documenting whether a property or structure constitutes a public nuisance. We also increase fines relating to public nuisance violations.
Okay, do we have anybody in the audience who would like to comment on this public hearing? Do we have anybody on Zoom? Okay, we have nobody willing to comment. I will close this public hearing and keep it open also until June 13th for written comments. We're going to move on to resolutions now. Before we get started on resolutions, I just want to remind everybody to the 3-minute time limit for comments on resolutions. And at this point in time, I will ask, does anybody want to comment on any resolution on in today's packet?
Good afternoon, Kathy McGraw from Northville. Nice to see you all again.
Nice to see you.
And I'm going to start off in a way that you won't recognize who I am. I'd like to applaud you for hiring Jeff Seaman to challenge the Suffolk County Water Authority's designation of this town as an interested agency instead of an involved agency on the proposed water line extension. I think that is a wonderful thing to do, and I applaud you on it. Thank you.
Thank you.
But now to make you more comfortable,
Oh,
knowing
here
it's
we go.
me,
Okay.
let me move on to Resolution 499. The town's taking of the leasehold of Crafted at 129 East Main by eminent domain. You conclude in your resolution that this taking will benefit the public. And the reason you give is that the taking of the leasehold will enable furtherance of the Town Square project. Namely, it will allow the still as yet not designated master developer, Mr. Petroselli, to build yet another 5-story building along the east side of the Town Square. This one for a luxury boutique hotel. I have to ask, do you not read the local papers, the News Review and the Riverhead Local, and the comments that are being made by the people you represent in this town? In nearly 450 comments on just 3 recent articles about this eminent domain action and the nonstop building of multi-story buildings like the new Heatherwood Apartments, local people are telling you this is not what they want. I don't understand why you won't listen to them. Why do you believe that you, and not the people who live here, know what's best for this town? These buildings will block the views of the Peconic River, which you claim to be opening up, the vista with the new Town Square. They do absolutely nothing to encourage residents to come downtown for shopping and bars, like Crafted has done so well. And to add insult to injury, they're all getting tax breaks from the IDA. Why on earth do you insist on ignoring the people who live here, the people for whom you are supposed to be working, and who don't like, evidently, from the 450 comments I've read, they don't like what you are doing downtown? Can you explain that to us? And thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I can tell you that there's 450 people that have commented, and there's over 36,000 people that live in this town.
And how many comment positively? You
A
have
lot
to
of
listen
people
to
all the
those who
time,
are
comment,
talking.
Kathy,
All the
because
time.
they get attacked when they do comment about anything that a small group of people disagree with. That's the
We're
reality
talking
of it.
about 2 newspapers here, not just one. And I know you have a preference for one over the other, but there are a lot of people commenting on this. And I don't see anybody commenting positively. You have to listen to those who are willing to speak up.
Well, I can't wait for Riverhead to be revitalized and for you to come back here in a few years and say, you know what, you guys were right.
With all the apartment empty, I worry about that. I really do worry about it. But thank you for your time.
I don't lose any sleep over it because in my mind, it's the best thing that could possibly happen to this town.
I
And
know
if you look
that.
at the big picture, you'll understand why. If you're narrow-minded, you'll never get it.
I don't think I'm narrow-minded, and I get the big picture, and I really like the idea of opening up the Peconic River, the vistas, but I think they're being ruined.
There's no vista there now, even with a one-story
Well,
building. You talk about these vistas. Everybody says, oh, you build a five-story building, I can't see the river. You can't see the river with a one-story building, and that's what's been there for years. So that's not an argument. That's not a point that I'm willing to listen to, because it makes no sense. And it is being opened up, so you will have a view of the vista of the river by the town square. So it negates everything you just stated.
Well, I respectfully disagree with you.
That's fine. That's
And
fine.
I do wish you would listen to the people who do speak up, and I thank you for your time.
Ms. McGraw, I just want to point out one thing. You are in support of the Science Center, is that correct?
Yes, and I know there may be a planetarium on the
There will
top
be.
of it.
And
Well,
that, I just want to speak, just please for a moment, and that's going to be several stories high. And by your argument, that is also going to block vistas. So I would ask you to just consider that there is going to be space that will be open, and there will be buildings, not just apartment buildings, but other buildings that will be several stories high, that are helping the community.
I appreciate that, and I think the Science Center and the planetarium are a great idea. I don't know whether it will come to fruition. That is a big, big project. But I still think one side versus both sides giving you tunnel vision down the town square, when you can control at least one side of it now, I think it's worthy of consideration, and I realize you're not willing to do that. So thank you for your time.
You're very welcome.
Do you mind if I respond to that?
No, go right ahead.
I'm sorry. I just want to clarify, this board has been working on this project for over 5 years, and in that 5-year period, we did multiple sessions of public engagement. We did engage the team virtually in 2020 when we were in the middle of COVID. We had hundreds of people participate in online Zoom meetings. They filled out surveys. There was an idea board. They posted their ideas. And then we took it in 2022 to a downtown activation plan. And in 2022, we had multiple additional people comment on the plan and weigh in. And that plan was, again, then taken to the DRI grant, which was a $10 million grant. The state provided us with a planning firm called Perkins Eastman. That firm had a specific hire that was directed at public engagement. We did several public meetings where the public came and told the board what they wanted in downtown. And what they wanted was exactly what you see in front of you now. And so to say that a few people are commenting online and suggesting that things aren't good negates the entire 6 years of public engagement that we've done, where the public actually came to meetings and said what they wanted and participated in the surveys and identified the things that they wanted downtown. So I really just wanted to clear that up, because to suggest that we are guided by negative comments and social media is probably not the wisest thing. But I really want to just clear up and just be honest and truthful about what we have done. This board has been incredibly diligent about the public engagement. It is the biggest piece of this project. The public has, literally there's been, dozens of meetings where the public has been here and weighed in on these projects. So I just wanted to make sure everyone understood that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Dawn. My comment will be that if you want Riverhead to stay the same that it's been for the past 40 years, have at it. And what do you have? You have empty storefronts, you have vagrants hanging out late hours of night. You don't have that anymore, and you're not going to have that anymore in the future with this project. So pick and choose what you want. I know what I want. Anybody else to comment on resolutions?
John McAuliff, Rolling Woods. My wife uses the beauty parlor that's right near the theater, and when, last time she was there and mentioned this intended construction, everybody in the beauty parlor was shocked. They had no idea there was a new hotel going in. So I appreciate there's been a process, but I wonder whether people are aware of these things until they're in their face. I also would not go too far with.
John, I got to stop
Sure.
you there. I got to stop you there. The owner of that salon is a member of the bid. She is well aware of what's been going on the past 5, 6, 7 years down there. So for you to get up and make a statement like
I'm
that is
simply
just
reporting what
completely untrue.
Mary said, and I don't know whether the owner was there or not at that point, but the conversation was that people didn't know about it. But the point I'm making is a larger one, which is, and, you know, the sort of Richard Nixon silent majority argument doesn't really solve the problem. We know now that there was strong reaction to what you did 2 weeks ago. I also noted that every hearing today got 10 days for written comment. Oddly, this one did not get 10 days for written comment, and I still think that that's a problem procedurally, as I wrote.
But it was given 7 days.
No, it was given no days. You closed it right
Yes,
then
you are
and
correct.
there.
I stand corrected. You're
Okay.
correct. We did.
And, I mean, I don't know whether there's rules or traditions or what, but at any rate, there was no comment period. What I want to do, though, is I think that there's legitimate difference of opinion about the impact of the hotel. First of all, I want to note that I don't know whether it's 4 or 5 story. I hear both. The drawings all show a 4-story building, so the drawings are themselves not entirely reflective, the ones that I shared with you.
Just for clarification, this is, you're talking, this
Talking about the Petroselli Hotel.
Resolution 499 is what we're
Oh,
talking about?
I'm sorry, yes, it's,
Okay.
this is,
I just got 'em.
yeah, my mistake procedurally, yes, it's 499. So the question is, are we talking about a 4 or 5-story building? All of a sudden, there's reference to condominiums as well as hotel rooms. Does the town have a record of vacancies in the existing hotels and know what the actual need is? That would be useful to know. But I think also there is the aesthetic question. I sent to you, and if anybody wants to see it, they can go to tinyurl.com/rhtownsquare, and they will see the same pictures, which is the picture I took from the Suffolk, and also the drawings from the town website, the artist's renderings from the town's website. And I think you have to decide not whether or not you want a functional town square, but whether the best way to do the town square is to put that 5-story building in, if that's what it is, or to somehow repurpose the 2-story so that I think there is an issue of vista, not blocking views, but the sense of the space if there's a 2-story versus a 5-story. In terms of the planetarium, I don't know that there's been a big discussion about the virtues and vices of a planetarium. The drawing, there's a decision that it not be eminent domain. That was resolved, but there's not been any real discussion of whether there should in fact be a 2-story structure on top of the existing
May I address that,
1-story.
Mr. McAuliff? May I
Yeah.
address that, Mr. McAuliff? There was actually a work session where they did come in and present diagrams and renderings of what this will look like when it's completely built. That did just...
Well, I understand they have said what they want to do, but there's been no debate, discussion, conclusion that that's an appropriate thing to do on top of the building. I mean, that's all I'm saying, is not that it hasn't been presented, though work sessions, are narrowly watched, I think. But the point is that there's not been any collective or legal decision as to what should go into that space beyond the fact that you decided not to proceed on eminent domain.
John, for the record, they're going to have a planetarium. What you see, the picture that you saw, that's what they're building.
Okay, well, but
Okay, I mean, that's-
is it within a permitting at this point? Is it?
It-
I
it's
know
in-
that's what they want to do, but has that been?
Yeah, it's in for permits, yes.
Okay, all
Yes.
right, but it's not come before the board, it's not been permitted. So, anyway, my point is not that. My point is whether you're talking 2-story, 3-story, that's different than 5-story, and what the physical appearance is and what imposition it has on the space. Again, I think people, by the time we get, this is a step we're doing right now. I hope you don't do the eminent domain, but you're going to do it. But I think the real issue is going to come up when you get to the qualified and eligible hearing and you get to a larger discussion. And then you will hear it. And sometimes sentiment comes to the surface when you're closer to action than when it's a process of consultation, which I know is hard for the people who have created that process of consultation. But that's the way things work in local government, I'm afraid. But again, if people want to look, they should look.
John, I got to cut you off. You're over 6
Okay,
minutes.
just people should go tinyurl.com/RH Town Square and they can make up their own minds.
Okay. Anybody else like to make a comment? Anybody online? Nobody online? Okay, would we please go to the resolutions?
Okay, we'll start with Resolution 1, which is Resolution 467.
Water District Capital Project Number 82424, budget adoption for electrical upgrade at Plant Number 7. So moved.
Second.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 468.
Authorizes the supervisor to execute an agreement authorizing the town to accept funds from Suffolk County Office for the Aging to supplement the town's 2025 residential repair program for the elderly. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 469.
Ratifies acceptance of donation of services from Peconic Monument Works. So moved. Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes, and again, thank you so very much.
Merrifield.
Yes, thank you very much.
Kern.
Yes, and thank you.
Rothwell.
Yes, thank you, Hollis and John Warner. Thank you.
And Hubbard.
Yes.
Yes, thank you to the Warner family.
Authorizes attendance.
Guys, can I
Sorry,
just
you didn't
ask
read
for
it.
the conversation to go outside if you're going to talk that loud? Thank you. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, Resolution 470, I'm sorry.
Authorizes attendance at seminar by fire marshal. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 471.
Ratifies the authorization for 2 police officers to attend a training. So moved.
Second.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 472.
Ratifies a salary increase for a GIS Technician 3. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 473.
Appoint seasonal traffic control specialists. So moved. Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 474.
Appoints returning seasonal employees to the Recreation Department. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 475.
Appoints new seasonal employees to the Recreation Department. So moved.
Second.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 476.
Reappoints a temporary office assistant to the tax receiver's office. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 477.
Ratifies the provisional appointment of a junior civil engineer. So moved. Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski.
Yes.
Merrifield.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 478.
Ratifies the promotion of a custodial worker 1 to a custodial worker 3. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution's adopted. Resolution 479.
Ratifies the promotion of a custodial worker 1 to custodial worker 2. So moved.
Second.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
I have to say, Damien being here in Town Hall makes every single person that passes him smile. He is incredible. He's so hardworking, and he greets everybody every day with just a smile and a great work attitude and the stuff he does. So, great man, great work. Vote yes.
and Hubbard.
Ditto to what Ken said, and I vote yes.
Resolution's adopted. Resolution 480.
Ratifies the reappointment of members to the Riverhead Farmland Preservation Committee, Rock Camp. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 481.
Ratifies the reappointment of a member to the Riverhead Farmland Preservation Committee. Shearer. So moved. Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 482.
Ratifies the reappointment of a member to the Riverhead Farmland Preservation Committee. Schmidt. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution's adopted. Resolution 483.
Ratifies the reappointment of a member of the Riverhead Farmland Preservation Committee, Wines. So moved.
Second.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
What? Yes.
Resolution's adopted. Resolution 484.
Ratifies reappointment of member to the Parking District Advisory Committee, Sinlowski. And I'm just going to say, all the people that we're ratifying here, they all volunteer, and I want to thank all of them, and so moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 485.
Authorizes the supervisor to execute an agreement with SUSA Soccer Training LLC for training and referee services for the Town of Riverhead Police Athletic League Girls and Boys Soccer Program for the fall 2025 soccer season. So moved. Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution's adopted. Resolution 486.
Awards bid for printing and mailing of recreation brochures. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski,
I have to say, Recreation does a great job with their brochures. This is a definite yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 487.
Awards rebid 203 to 213 East Main Street Sewer Improvements, Contract S Sewers. So moved.
Second.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution's adopted. Resolution 488.
Authorizes designated alcohol service vendors to serve alcohol at the 2025 Alive on 25 Street Festival. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 489.
Approve special event Chapter 255 application for Foodie Fest Productions, Inc., Annual Summer Foodie Fest. So moved. Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 490.
Approve special event Chapter 255 application for Rise Life Services, Rise Sensory Garden, Ken Ducky Derby Race. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Just Ducky, yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 491.
Approve special event Chapter 255 application for Jamesport Fire Department Annual Carnival. So moved.
Second.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Can't wait. Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution's adopted. Resolution 492.
Approve special event Chapter 255 application for Jamesport Fire Department Sound to Bay 5K and 10K runs. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 493.
Approve special event Chapter 255 application for Riverhead Chamber of Commerce cardboard boat race. So moved. Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell.
As long as the supervisor gets in the cardboard boat, I vote yes.
Hell of a vote. Hubbard.
You better vote no, then.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 494.
Approve special event Chapter 255 application for Northeast Stage, Othello-Shakespeare in the Park. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 495.
Amend special event, Chapter 255 application for Our Future Generation, for us, by us, all of us, vendor fair. So moved.
Second.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 496.
Approves fireworks permit for the Rock Golf Club, July 5th, 2025. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes, they put
Kern?
on a great show.
oh, I'm sorry, Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
and Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 497.
Authorizes designated alcohol service vendors to serve alcohol at the 2025 Duck Pond Day Street Festival. So moved. Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 498.
Authorizes town clerk to publish and post public notice to consider a local law to amend Chapter 105. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 499.
Resolution adopting findings and determination pursuant to Article 2 of the eminent domain procedure law regarding acquisition of the leasehold interest to the easterly ground floor rental unit located at 127 East Main Street, Riverhead, New York, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 600-129-1-14, reputed leasee SNR Bar 25 Corp. So moved.
Second.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
No.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 500.
Grant special permit for National Grid Facility upgrades, 8 Mill Road, Riverhead, New York, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 600-120-2-7. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 501.
Ratifies authorization for the town attorney to execute an agreement with Jeffrey Seaman for secret review. So moved. Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 502.
Authorizes supervisor to execute license agreement with Civil Air Patrol 9th Suffolk Cadet Squadron. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 503.
Authorizes supervisor, sorry,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
trying to steal my job?
Yeah.
Authorizes supervisor to execute agreement with interpreter for Justice Court, Corella. So moved.
Second.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 504.
Authorizes the supervisor to execute an agreement with the County of Suffolk Office for the Aging, AAA Transportation Program 2025. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 505.
Pays bills. So moved. Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 506.
Approves fireworks permit for Dreamland Amusements, June 28th, 2025. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution's adopted. Resolution 507.
Appoints a part-time bilingual clerk. So moved.
Second.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes, welcome aboard.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Resolution is adopted. Resolution 508.
Classifies the special permit and site plan applications of Duffy MX
I think
Motocross.
you're on the wrong one.
Oh,
508. 508.
You jumped ahead one.
No, you know what happened?
Stuck.
I haven't. It was stuck. I wanted that one. It's like reading the Gettysburg Address. Set hours for Town Beach parking lot. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution's adopted. Resolution 509.
Classifies a special permit and site plan applications for Duffy MX Motocross Track as a Type 1 action pursuant to SECRA. Requests lead agency status for the purposes of coordinated review, 2822 River Road, Calverton, New York, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 600-136-1-4. So moved. Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolution 510.
Ratifies reappointment of committee member to the Parking District Advisory Committee, Israel. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Woski,
Yes.
Merrifield,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. That concludes the resolutions for this morning.
Okay, we're now going to go to open comments from the public on any matter, but with just a reminder again that there's a 3-minute time limit when you speak. Comments on any matter?
Good afternoon, Town Supervisor, Town Councilwomen, and Town Councilmen. I am Mark Krushelewski. I reside at 561 Center Street in South Jamesport, New York. I am a taxpayer, a resident, voter, and a businessman. I have presented to this board before, and I just wanted to provide a little bit more information. I'm here today to request that the Town of Riverhead Board consider authorizing a formal request for proposals for the sale and development of the Vale Levitt property located at Peconic Avenue. As you know, our group recently presented at an executive session to this esteemed board what our plans were and what our concerns were. After a very productive session, we were told that we would be invited to attend an open work session to restate our case with more detail. In previous meetings with the town board, we, and particularly I, the first time I was here, advocated for an open hearing on this so that the town can be part of it. Regrettably, I was informed today that this would not happen. We believe it is in the best interest of the taxpayers and the best interest for the ultimate success of the property to issue a formal request for proposals. Previously, Supervisor, you stated the time is of the essence, and you've been dealing with the Vale Levitt now for over a year. My response, it's never too late to get it right. Let's not rush into something, and I think as my team has demonstrated, we move pretty quickly. We didn't take a lot of time to get back to answer questions and put a proposal in place. In fact, the only reason the sale and redevelopment of the Vale Levitt is possible is because of a reverter clause that was in the original sale and deed. Regrettably, the Vale Levitt Music Hall board that ran it, owned the facility, ran into troubled times, as we all know. The property became vacant, run down due to lack of maintenance and repair. Fortunately, approximately 40 years later, the town was able to utilize that reverter clause very important, in possible litigation action with the VIII Levy Board to obtain the deed to the property and return it to the town of Riverhead, which happened. So it's never too late to get it right. We believe a public request for proposals with a level set parameters that each applicant will be guided by and could be limited to less than 30 days. And is the right course of action for the taxpayers and the success of the development of this property. I've prepared a copy of an online petition with signatures supporting a public process. We have a survey out there of what the town people, the residents would like to see. And I have the proposal that we provided at that executive session, which I will distribute. In conclusion, we believe strongly in the future development of downtown Riverhead and your goals there. I heard that before with the hotels and everything. We firmly support your strategy and tactics. I personally have invested in assembling a world-class team to transform downtown Riverhead into the Nashville of Long Island. So I don't even just see the VIII Levy as an individual entity. I see that actually the downtown area can become vibrant with people that come here, with the hotels, making it a destination place for tourists, a place where they can eat, a place where they can see world-class entertainment. So we look forward and continue our partnership into the future. And thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Is there some-
Supervisor, may I remark?
You want to pass something up to me? You want to pass something up to me?
Yes.
I'd just like to remark on some of the statements that you made, sir. You said that you came before us and discussed a business plan. During that meeting, I'll wait till I have your attention.
And this is for the press as well.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All set?
Thank you
Okay.
for indulging me. Thank
Okay. First and foremost, we are in contract negotiations with the Jazz Loft for the VIII Levy. That is what the town board voted on, 3-2. Second, you did come before us at another town board meeting and didn't present any business plan, just spoke, and another man came on Zoom. At your executive session, you said that you presented a business plan and a clear and moving clearly forward. During that meeting, sir, I'd like the public to know that you weren't even sure whether this would be a for-profit organization or a not-for-profit organization. You also said you weren't clear, just as of last week, whether this was going to be something that Ray Castanova was involved in as a business partner or not. You also said at that meeting that the artists that you were going to be bringing to this particular venue were going to be unknown artists, that you would move up and elevate to the Suffolk Theater. Those are things and the remarks that you made. For my mind, that does not provide the type of entertainment that is going to fill our restaurants and bars in the area. You produce no record of the type of money that would be spent, as opposed to the Jazz Loft, which did come in and give detailed information about how much, in their experience, patrons have spent after the venue, either before or after, going to restaurants and bars. So I just wanted to make the record clear when you said that you clarified these things and you presented a business plan and you were clear about the direction that you were going. None of those things were clear in your meeting with us. And you also said that you wanted to turn this town into Nashville. And that's something, sir, that I never want to see this town become. This is a family-friendly zone. Our downtown revitalization includes an aquarium. It includes a playground, a splash pad, and now a planetarium. Those things do not coincide with a Nashville environment. And I just want to make those things clear when you say that you don't know why you're not presenting here. further. Thank you.
I disagree,
I know you do.
Councilwoman. And if you've ever been to Nashville, you'll see, if you were talking about businesses here, right now, I just walked by, there are five soon-to-be-closed restaurants. Now, people that go to the planetarium, they may use the splash pad, and they're going to go home. We're talking about people that'll be here in the evening. They're different audiences. And I never said that this was a business plan. The purpose of what we, at that last executive session, was to come back with the business plan. And I never said that these were unknown artists. That is totally, blatantly untrue.
I have that
What I
written
said-
down, sir. You said that you were going to be producing unknown artists. Your plan was for unknown artists to go there and then eventually get
Disagree.
a
I told you
following
the business
and move
model.
over to the Suffolk
I told you
Theater.
the business model, which is not taking unknown artists. It's taking artists that can fill a 300 to 400 seat capacity theater, and then you move them up the chain, and then they play at the Suffolk. So they're not unknown. As a matter of fact, there are thousands of these types of artists who are well known.
You didn't name any of them.
No,
All right, at this point in time, I'm going to step in because your 3 minutes are more than over. I appreciate your comments, and thank you.
I think I'd like to respond to his comments as well. I just think that that's part of the issue is that he came before executive session, and quite honestly, I think that his presentation should have been formally, I don't think it was it kind of fell under the guidelines of executive session. It wasn't a contract negotiation. I think that his presentation should have been here during a work session in the public view so that we don't have this kind of banter back and forth. I think he has great ideas. He had individuals that specifically went over there and looked at the theater, and we're kind of seeing this as more than simply a paint over and restoration. This tends to be more extensive damage in which they've located at the theater with prior burnt rafters, and so with the sound systems being put in and vibrations, I think this is a much more bigger construction project. He also stated that he believed the project was going to be falling in the $4 million range, and he had the money and available funds to complete the project. So I really strongly encourage that his presentation should be before the general public for open government.
Mark, I want to thank you, and I think, so the public understands, and, I'm not here to put down anybody who wants to come to the theater, whether it's the Jazz Loft or anybody else. But you certainly, you operate two clubs, and from my knowledge, when you started Irving Plaza, restaurants then populated around it. And the same thing happened with the Warsaw. And I think, being a business guy, I completely understand what you're doing, and I completely understand that you'll, have different genres of music. And thank you.
Right.
Thank you for even considering Riverhead.
And I'm just going to make one comment that was not brought up of what I said. When we looked at the 25-year history of the two venues that I have, we brought in over 5 million people.
Just to clarify, Councilman Rothwell, what you said, this was perfect for an executive session anytime you're talking about the possible sale of real property. So it was the correct venue to be in.
But we didn't discuss costs or sales. He shared his ideas and his proposal, which I think should be in the open public.
He presented costs to us prior, and we assumed they were going to be discussed again in executive session. Whether it happened or not is a moot point. That's what it was put on for, the sale of real property. And I had no idea what they were coming in to talk about. I put it on at the request of Councilman Kern. And just so the public knows, there are 3 members of this board who firmly believe the Jazz Loft is the right venue for the Vail Levitt Museum. And that's why this wasn't asked to come back on for public discussion, as we had discussed it publicly. And as I talked to individual board members, 3 of us are completely in favor of the Jazz Loft and 2 are not. And that's where it stands today. Thank you. One caller online.
Good afternoon, Ron Hariri of Aquabog. I read with some interest about members of this board, including Supervisor Hubbard's attendance at a groundbreaking for a Heatherwood project on Main Street. This is approximately 200-unit project receiving 16 years of IDA benefits. And Mr. Hubbard, at the groundbreaking, you stated that Heatherwood has an excellent record. I also read with some interest a recent news bulletin from New York City Controller Brad Lander entitled "Heatherwood Underpaid Workers at Buildings in Brooklyn and Queens Despite Receiving 421A tax credits." Letitia James is quoted in the release saying, "Workers are the backbone of New York, and they deserve fair pay and benefits for their hard work." My question, Mr. Hubbard, is getting tax benefits under false pretenses and cheating workers of their fair pay your idea of a perfect record? And just to follow up with another comment, you pointed out during my last appearance here that your political donors are a matter of public record, sir. And I actually went back to the public record because if Heatherwood cheating workers out of their hard-earned salaries is a perfect record, then perhaps another donor of yours, G2D Development and its principals, may even have a stellar record as well. Because according to the Riverhead Local publication, you received almost $10,000 in donations from G2D Development and or its principals, including, according to Riverhead Local, donations which were above the campaign limit. I also note, and I'd like to address Councilwoman Merrifield, that another former assistant district attorney from Suffolk County, Brooke Lupinacci in Huntington, apparently reported G2D's scams to law enforcement. Why haven't you done the same, Ms. Merrifield? And I will tell you, I'd like to believe that Mr. Hubbard is honest as the day is long, but I just can't imagine that G2D and its principals, now embroiled in a massive scandal, now arrested on fraud charges, gave you thousands of dollars, Mr. Hubbard, for your good looks and witty repartee.
Mr. Herrera, your 3 minutes are up, sir. Thank you.
Taking the fifth, are you, sir?
Okay. Anybody with a truthful comment want to come up and make comments on anything? I certainly would welcome the truth. I love the truth. Truth is refreshing. Some people should try it more.
Comment and question and keep within 3 minutes, right, sir?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Thank you.
Greetings. My name's Kevin Shea, Baiting Hollow. Mine will be on 2 points. One would be on the Earth satellite project. I was told, I just need some more clarity on that one. I was told that there was no permit required, no permit provided to the person before they did the 20 units. And there's going to be a penalty for it. And I'd like more clarity on what the building permit would be, because I believe the penalty was they're going to be double the building permit. Is that correct?
Correct.
What is the amount of the building permit as it, thanks. Would you be able to?
I don't think we have that information available right at the moment. We can certainly get it for you. It's different for every, it's based on what's being done.
That was the
If
next
you're building a
question.
shed in your backyard and you need a building permit, it's going to be X amount.
That's right.
If you're, you know,
When I
building an
came in and
industrial
built my dome,
development,
and I
it's going to be a heck of a
remember,
lot
went through
more.
Leroy Barnes, I went through the building permit,
Yeah.
I had to pay a fee. And with that being said, if there's a violation, the violation, is it standard to be just twice what the permit was?
Correct.
Okay. And then the other clarity is when the project going on, this is related to it, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. When someone like the Scotts Point project, they got feed 100,000, was that based on double their building permit when they violated it?
That would be correct if that's
Okay.
what the fee was.
So there's no other factors, it's just if you did a land clearing and you did a building for it, it's double that. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
The second part was, if I could remember it clearly, and it was something that you said, Joanne. And do I refer you as Joanne or Mrs. Walsh or Miss Walsh? I just want to be respectful.
Well, it's Wasky, but Joanne.
Wasky, sorry.
It's okay,
sorry.
that's
Sorry.
all right.
Ms. Wasky?
Joanne is.
Joanne, okay. You had made a valid point of saying, with the project being the eminent domain, that 450, we don't even know if all those were for or against the project. That's a number. Of the 36,000 people, why would you want to put a halt in a project? And you had done a good job of the surveys. I've seen them online, right? There's videos and surveys that people have done for the projects, right? If there was, say, an itemized contestment of something, what would be, just hypothetically, what would be the number, not 450 obviously, what would be the number where you would say, of the 36,000, that you would say, let's reconsider this at this moment? Does anyone have a number? Is it in the papers?
There is no number.
There is no number.
It's based on several different factors. This is a project that has been being worked on for years. We have had public engagement. We have had market studies done. This isn't just, 450 people get on social media and say, we don't want it, or, let's say 1,000 people come on. There's other factors that go into helping our downtown. I've been here all my life, and I've seen downtown basically desolate. Businesses trying to survive, and nothing has worked, and a great deal of time and exploration has gone into seeing what can be done downtown to make it, vibrant again. And this is where all of the arrows are pointing of what we need to do, because we can't keep going on as we have. It's not fair to our town.
Summing it up, which is, I want to make sure I mirror what you said, which is great. They're all good. They're saying that you listen to them, right? And
always
it's not
listen
about
to
a number, right? Oh, not you necessarily. It was, you put surveys out. I don't know if I'm clearly saying that. And you heard the people, and the people said they wanted change, right? And there's no number to it. There are multiple factors involved in it, correct?
Correct.
And my question, which was, I think it was addressed, was if there was something itemized, maybe it was a safety factor or a health factor, and there was people that it was something that they were really against, you would listen to this particular itemized factor in your consideration of it. And we spoke about the eminent domain, but there was something that was something small in that one. You would consider it as long as it hit the right points, if it was something that's going to affect them, right? Regardless of the number, but something that was, what do you guys use it? You use it saying substantial comment. It was something that was considerable, right? That's all I wanted to get
Mr.
at.
Shea, I'm going to leave it at this.
Okay, thank you. That's all. I just wanted to mirror it, and I appreciate your
people
comment.
in this town to represent them, to be their voice, and to help make our town better, and that's what I'm doing, period.
Thanks.
Thank you,
That's
Mr.
it, thank
Shea. Somebody came up to me the other day and said, are you trying to imitate or compete with Patchogue? And I found that thought quite concerning, because we're not trying to be or compete with anybody. What we've consistently said and done is we have looked at other areas on Long Island that have revitalized their main streets. Patchogue is one of them. Farmingdale is one of them. Huntington is one of them. And there are others. And we've taken bits and pieces from all of those successful redevelopments and revitalizations and we put them together. And I say we vote for it. But our CDA department has done a phenomenal job of taking all the information, putting it together, and coming up with a plan that is nothing but the best of the best for all of the other towns in similar situations. So keeping that in mind, we're not competing against anyone. We are our own entity. We are a very unique town here in Riverhead, if you realize that or not. We are not the town of Brookhaven. They're massive. They're huge. We are not the town of Southold. They're way more rural than we are. We are the gateway to the east end of Suffolk County. Everybody drives through Riverhead to get to either Montauk or Orient or points in between. Now people are learning to stop here because Riverhead isn't just one of those places you drive through. We have amenities for the people to come to this town, to spend money, to support our farmers at their farm stands, to support our restaurants, our shops, our mom and pops. And yes, we have the big box stores. And yes, people from out of town all over the East End come here to shop. And then they stop and they have lunch. Or they might fill up their car with gas here. That's all benefits to the town of Riverhead. This development program for the town square is nothing but a great tool to revitalize the Main Street area. Do you want to go back 30 years and look at empty store windows? I don't. I do not at all. I want to see every store window filled and every business open. And that's the purpose of doing the town square and the revitalization project. And for people, I just find it so disingenuous that 5 years into this, people come up to the microphone and say, oh, I don't want that. Well, you know what? That ship sailed. Had you been concerned enough for this project from the beginning, you would have spoke up in the beginning. It's a day late and a dollar short now. Thank you.
Well, I think it's also important to point out, and I don't normally speak, but I think the design and all the work and the charrettes that went into making this design was so well received on state and federal levels that we got a lot of grant money because of the design to help pay for it. You know, so obviously it hit a right chord with a lot of different.
That was the second question of this person. How much money, how much is this costing the taxpayers? It's been all grant money. All grant money. Just under $50 million worth of all grant money. So this is just, it's such a win. It's such a blessing to be able to be in the situation to have this to happen for our town. And it bothers me, it boggles me that people just don't see it, or they're half-baked on the education of the process and education of what's going on. For somebody to say now how much tax money is in that $50 million, you haven't been paying attention. And you're not concerned enough. You know, you want to voice your opinion, you read a headline and you make up your mind on a headline, or you read the first paragraph. Get the whole story and just do yourself a favor and just educate yourself a little bit about the happenings in the town. And I promise you, you will see through different colored glasses, if you will, if you have the facts. Okay? That's all I ask. Okay, we have one online? Oh, I'm sorry.
Can I just add
Yes.
something
Yep.
real quick? I
Hold
do
up.
want to say to Mark, that came up before about the VIII Levitt, I love some of your ideas, and I would love for you to be a part of downtown Riverhead. As I said to you the other day, I really believe that the Jazz Loft is the perfect fit for the VIII Levitt. The VIII Levitt is a historical building. It's mirrored upon Ford Theater, where President Lincoln was shot, and it's such a historical piece of Riverhead, and I believe the Jazz Loft belongs there. But that doesn't mean that I am not open to entertaining you having a home here in downtown Riverhead with your vision, because we need something for everybody. We need variety, and I appreciate some of the variety that you would like to bring here. And there is no door closed to you. I just would prefer to see the Jazz Loft in the VIII Levitt.
Okay, so I just gotta make two comments. Mr. Shea, if you look in Riverhead Local and go back, I don't know, maybe it's 2.5 years ago, you will see images that were taken here in Town Hall where this place was full, the hall was full, and you'll see everybody's comments on the town square. Everybody had an opportunity to post what they wanted to see, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm sure it's archived in Riverhead Local. The other thing I'm going to say about the grant money, make no mistake, that is state money. So all the residents of Riverhead that have been paying state taxes for decades, okay? This is tens of millions of dollars that are coming back from the money you put into the state to be invested into Riverhead. I think that's really important to note. It's not free money. It is it's state taxpayer money. And, our 36,000 people have been paying state taxes for years. Now it's coming back into Riverhead. So it's a big win in a lot of ways.
Very well said, Joanne, what you said, and I do agree with that.
Thank
Your venue would be welcome here. I just think a venue and your venue, the way you explained it to us, was multifaceted, multi-genres of music. And to me, a historical place like the Vale Levitt would be better off with a jazzy, blues-type feeling rather than rock and roll and any other modern music venues that, to me, wouldn't really fit in a historic place like that. But I would welcome you to continue your research in the town, and any way we can help you as a board, we certainly will.
And Mark, I've seen the renovations you've done, and they're all old historic buildings. Yes. And they absolutely, all genres of music fit inside that, because once you're inside a venue, you're inside a venue. Whether it's just a big open box or it's a theater. And I know across the country there are a lot of historic theaters that have been turned into music venues. And I'm also aware of the fact, after talking to Gary Higham, that he cannot sell jazz, and I have nothing for or against anything. If space music was the most important thing in the world right now, that's what people would be putting inside their venues. Yeah, anyway, but, so I have it, I understand what that looks like when you're in a historic place.
I know.
Thank you.
We have one online? Sure.
Hello?
Hello?
We can hear
Hello?
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 Can you hear me?
you. We can hear you. Is your speaker up? Maybe you, well,
It is up.
okay.
Well, then you can hear us.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, there you go. Now I'm going to blast myself out with that one. For any of you who are a senior citizen, like a really senior citizen like me, you'll understand why you need loud noises. It's all coming, guys. Anyway, firstly, Eric Howard is not here today, and I would like to thank him. He acknowledged, I thanked him after the last town board meeting for acknowledging that I had addressed the status quo of the Riverhead Industrial Agency with its use of town hall assets, i.e. the town clerk's office and the town attorney's office, and I had questioned the authority on that. He indicated to me, he sent me a very nice email, and I did thank him, because I do believe, when you do a good job and you're serving in the public, you do deserve a thank you. He, according to his opinion, does recognize that the IDA is an independent public benefit corporation, and the functions, procedures, and management, like I feel, should be separate and distinct from town government. And we need that for the fullest extent to preserve our independent decision-making, the board does. So I have a concern, because this has been a status quo in this town. We have given Tracy Stark and the IDA free rent, and but we're paying for the utilities in that building. As far as I know, too, I guess what she's been using in the town clerk's office and the town attorney's office is going to cease and desist, and she's going to go into her own system. In light of that, I'd like to question that she also has her mail sent to town hall, which also seems to be a use of town resources that should be stopped as well. So in light of all these conflicts that we've had with the IDA, I know that the town board does not believe in sending the IDA to Suffolk County, but what I'm going to ask of the town board members is, in my opinion, the use of all these town assets has really clearly been a misuse of the taxpayers' assets. So I'm going to ask every town board member
to consider removal of the existing IDA board and putting a clean slate up, and at the same time, cleaning the slate on the services that the town has been providing free to the IDA. I would also like to add that Ms. Prudenti added in her comments to Riverhead Local on the free rent to the IDA. She had gone out to several state agencies and said she had the backup at her fingertips. However, when I foiled that, I was told it was not available because it's intergovernmental. So if you have documents that you're spending our taxpayer money to give her free rent, I certainly think myself and everybody else who's a taxpayer and a resident in the town has a right to know what the backup documentation was for that. So anyway, thank you again for your service, and that's all I have to say today.
Thank you. Nobody else online? Anybody else here?
I just want to make
Go
a
ahead.
comment on that as liaison to the IDA. Our IDA generates revenue into the town of Riverhead. Nothing is for free. I think that they do a wonderful job, and I think that the board members that have just been asked that we dismiss them and bring in a new board, I think that that is insulting to the people that are on that board. They donate their time. They're not paid to be on that board. They're very diligent in what they do, and I want them to know that they are appreciated by this town board. And that was not a nice comment by any means.
Well, I would encourage her to watch the work session where the idea was here. I think they spelt out financially very clearly how the tax base has greatly increased due to their work. And so watch the work session because it was
Right, and we did
very
the work
educating.
session because a lot of people are uninformed as to what the IDA does.
Yep.
So you can go onto the IDA website, you can call the IDA and ask for a clear definition of exactly what they do and how they do help the taxpayers of the town.
Thank you. I would take it a step further and ask you to talk to Supervisor Krupski out in Southold and ask him how he likes not having an IDA when Suffolk County jams stuff down his throat out there. He has no say in the matter. John, sorry for making you.
John McAuliff, Roanoke Landing, Rolling Woods. A little on process. I mean, I am totally in favor of Jazz Loft. I think they're wonderful people. I think it's a perfect match for the Vale Levitt. But I'm a little concerned that some kind of an informal polling or a sense of where people are, that there's 3 in favor and 2 against, short circuits a public hearing and discussion in which another proposal is given a chance to be out there in public. I mean, I would hope before you make a decision that you afford in a work session or in a board meeting a chance for the full proposal to be heard. That's the alternative, and have the Jazz Loft people make their proposal heard publicly. Again, I mean, if I were voting on it, I think the Jazz Loft is wonderful, but I think procedurally having things much more transparent
We
and
had a work session.
real, well, it was an executive session is the
No,
way
we
it
had a
was
work
described.
first.
No, we had a work session.
Okay.
Both entities actually presented.
All right, it
The
was-
second
I'm sorry, I heard it as
entity
a-
wasn't as prepared because I think they
Yeah.
found out with short notice.
And this 3-2 vote was in a work session or in an informal polling?
It was when we voted to move ahead with the Jazz Loft
Okay.
It was at a town board meeting.
for a contract.
It was at a
for the
town
contract.
board
Yes,
meeting.
there was
All
a
right.
resolution.
Okay, well, that's fine. I just, in terms of what I was hearing, that
Yeah.
seemed a little strange. At any rate, the real core I want to go to is that I think that it is not helpful to say that one set of people want the town to be as it was 30 years ago and another set of people want it to go into the future. I think we have a very narrow focus of debate, which is whether a hotel and condo is the right thing to go in that space. And I think that that's what needs to get discussed amply and fully. The other, I mean, Bob talked about the comments people made. I was at that meeting. I mean, I remember raising some questions about that building, and I'd want to go back and look at what were the totals, what were the actual opinions at that meeting about that building before I'd assume that it had this wide embrace, because I don't think it did. And finally, it was being discussed, I presume from the illustration, it was being discussed as a 4-story, not a 5-story building. And also, I mean, I don't know where condos came into the discussion. Maybe I missed that along the way, but I think that also was certainly not part of the discussion when we were in this room. So I think as the parameters have changed about what might go into that space, you should not foreclose as legitimate discussion. And I think it's also obvious that what impacts the board most is when the room is full of people that are expressing their opinion and their variety of opinions. And so we may get to that point on this issue. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Nobody online? Okay, I'll make a motion to close the town, whoops, sorry.
Just going to clarify,
Yeah.
when you're, I don't want the general public to think that I'm against the Jazz Loft. They're a great organization. I just want to know that I'm doing due diligence to find out what all the offers are out there. When I sit and I have, dinner downtown with the family through the restaurant, they're all asking, they're asking for a saving grace. What do we do? How are we going to revitalize it? Where are we going from here? And what are the events? I don't think anybody up here is adamantly against any particular organization. I have, the Jazz Loft came forward. They have a great program, and I want whatever goes in there to be successful. I'm just trying to say that I would like, I'm just trying to do on my recourse to feel responsible to the taxpayers to find out what everybody's offering and what the venue is and to what extent, disrepair the building is in and what it costs financially to restore it, to get it up and operating in the safest way manner. So I just don't, when somebody comes over and says, you're against the Jazz, not against the Jazz Loft, I want to know that who has the financial wherewithal to complete the project in its entirety and who has the ability to put people in the seats of the restaurants and fill them and get people to come in the stores and spend their days in Riverhead. And that's just the ultimate goal, and that's all that I'm looking, and I'm just trying to look at every avenue before we make final decisions, that's all.
And when we say all genres of music, that includes jazz. It's not 3-2, 3 for jazz and 2 against jazz. It has nothing to do with it. And John, one of the comments you made, and you're a really smart guy, and I appreciate that, but nobody's going to build a hotel unless there's a demand. And there's a huge demand. There's a huge demand for hotels out here.
Where's the condos coming from?
Maybe
That's-
some, go ahead.
My answer to that would be, in the conversations we've had, is that that's kind of the profit part for the developer, because the rest doesn't quite get there, and that's the profit part for the developer.
And also, there is a demand, there is some demand for condos, and we've, as a board, we've had looked at doing condos in other parts of Riverhead. But that's, I can talk to you offline and, where that's going or not going.
And with multiple wedding venues and things throughout the summer months here in town, the hotels are full. But when they're up on Route 58, that's where people are doing their path of travel, and that's where maybe they're doing their shopping and so forth. When you put a hotel downtown and you get them to stay there, you get them to physically walk downtown and walk the streets and go through those stores, go through those venues, sit in those restaurants, have that afternoon lunch before a wedding in the evening, and wake up and go to breakfast and things like that. The hotels have been, all of them, have been very successful in Riverhead, and it's a great driving point where I want to come down, I want to go, and I want to see a show with the theater, I want to take the family to Grandma, I want to stay, and I'm going to just say that Dawn's coming up to the microphone. What the Community Development Agency has done has been phenomenal work, and they put their heart and soul in it, and we are absolutely on the right path, and I support all their work. I sit, so I don't ever want anybody to think like, wait, why is he not, supporting this or that? I'm just trying to look at every avenue, put everything before you, and evaluate it and do the best judgment. But there is no question in my mind that we are right on track to restore, revitalize, rebuild downtown Riverhead. And the things that we are doing are imperative because I worked on Main Street 30 years ago, and I only in the last few years we've started to see that growth. But I know that the business owners downtown, people and members of the bid, they're telling us, like, when is the day coming? It's like, but we're getting closer to that day. And soon we're going to be breaking ground, you know, in the new town square, and I feel like that's going to be the sunbeam that just comes down and goes, Riverhead, you're on the right track, and things are finally coming together. So in the last few years, the development work, the studies, the grant writing, and everything has been immense, but that's not always in the public eye, and that's why it's been my one comment to the CTA is like, we got to put it out there, we got to show everybody what you're doing, because it's phenomenal long work, but we're right on the brink and the cusp of when we break ground on that town square and start building. I feel like downtown Riverhead is going to thrive.
If you don't mind, I'd just like to add a comment about the hotel. You know, and I think just generally appreciate the comments from the board, but without the board support, we wouldn't be able to do anything that we're doing. And the board has helped our department walk through all of the work that we're doing. And all of the work that we're doing wasn't randomly done. And it isn't the thinking or thought process of anybody in particular in our department. We've engaged the highest level of professionals to give us advice that we need. And in fact, with regard to the hotel, in 2022, as a part of our downtown activation plan, we engaged HR&A, a financial advisor firm in the city, to do a market study on what would be the highest and best use for properties downtown. And in fact, hotel was the #1 use that they suggested. And as Councilman Kern said, there's a very high demand for hotels throughout the East End. They're all full. And our experience with the hotels in our own downtown and on 58, you know, proves those facts. But everything was done thoughtfully, and everything was done with public engagement and public input. And just to give you an idea of the level of people that were working on these projects, Phil Myrick, who was the president and CEO of the Project for Public Spaces, worked all over the world on downtown activation and placemaking. These are the kinds of people, and Urban Design Associates and LVF, who's our landscape architect, these are the people that know how to do these projects and make placemaking successful. And so we're working in those directions. The board's been incredibly supportive. It's allowed us to engage and move further and get the plans that we need, and then get the grant money to pay for the project. So, you know, it's not been a random thing in any way. It's not a last-minute idea or a thought or a guess by any stretch of the imagination. It's all been done very carefully, because I know the board's incredibly mindful of the taxpayers' money, as we are too. So that's just a cap off on the hotel comment.
Thanks, Dawn.
John Radigan, Riverhead. Another thing that is impacting the need for hotels is Westfall Arena, a hockey rink, bringing tournaments from out of town. And that's 12 months a year. That's not just the summer and the fall. In the winter and in the very early spring when it's cold, when normally our hotels would not have been filled, families are now coming this way from the ferry, you know, and staying in our hotels. Ask the owner of Phil's if he thinks the hockey rink is a bad idea. You know, he's packed from tournaments and of the sort that come there. And you know, that's a 12-month out of the year thing, and it gets a bad rap. And you know, I just want everybody to know there are ways that is putting money into the tax base that, you know, the people at Peconic Hockey could never tell you, but the businesses can tell you. Thank you.
Excellent point, thank you.
Spot on.
Okay, I make a motion to close today's town board meeting.
So moved.
Wait, I think we should just sit for another half hour and see all the great things we're doing.
If I thought they were going to listen, I'd stay here 3 weeks nonstop and tell them. Motion to close today's meeting?
I guess so.
Motion.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Hey, everybody have a great day. Have a great weekend.
Tulips.